Hello and welcome to the course of manufacturing method. So in this course we are in a module of welding. So far we have studied in the welding. We have completed about our fusion welding. After that we have discussed about solid state welding. There is some techniques of the solid state welding is left over, that is explosion and diffusion welding, and then we will start about heterogeneous welding. Heterogeneous means solid and liquid state welding. That means the filler material will be in liquid state and the base material will be in solid state. So this type of the process is known as solid liquid state welding or heterogeneous welding. And after that we will be discussing about welding defects. So let's start our lecture. So first we will understand about explosion welding, after that diffusion welding, then we will see about the heterogeneous welding techniques such as soldering, brazing and braze welding, etc. And after that we will have a discussion about welding defect. So let's start our lecture with lecture objective. So our lecture objective in this lecture is to know about the explosion and diffusion welding technique. So how the explosion and diffusion welding technique will work, that we will know first. After that we will get an insight of the heterogeneous welding technique. So as its name suggests, heterogeneous means the state of base material and the filler materials are different. Unlikely with the other cases, such as in fusion welding, what we have seen in fusion welding, we have seen that both the base material and the filler material will be melted together and they are solidified together. So that is our case of fusion welding. In case of solid state welding, what we have seen in case of solid state welding, we have seen that our molten metal our there is no molten metal, so the welding will occur very very at very low temperature, that is uh, half or one third of the melting point temperature of the base material. So only the red hot condition may achieve, but no melting will occur. So that is known as solid state welding. And in maximum cases of the solid state welding, what we can see, that there is no filler material is used. So this uh, uh, so that welding, no, there where no filler material is used, that process is known as autogenous welding. Unlikely the this process, that is our fusion welding process, that is known as homogeneous welding. Why? Because the state of the filler material and the and the base material both is in liquid state, so that is called homogeneous welding. But in case of solid liquid state welding, or in case of soldering, brazing or braze welding, what we can see, that is also a low temperature welding, but the melting of the filler material occurs and the joining will happen due to that molten filler material only. So that is known as our uh, heterogeneous welding technique. Next, after knowing this, we will know about the welding defect, or common welding defect, or possible welding defect, that we should take care of. So that we will know in this lecture. So let's start our lecture with explosion welding. So explosion welding, welding of large size object for surface to surface welding can be used. So surface to surface welding of a large size object can be done by this welding. Surface to surface welding means where it is needed for giving a sheet, for welding a sheet above another sheet. That is done in case of most of the automobile application. In automobile application, you can see that there is say for example I am taking that for bulletproof covering. So for bulletproof covering, what is done? High hard very hard material cover will be given to your steel body, or to your automobile body. So that cover is given by using explosion welding, because here we need to have surface to surface joining. So that surface to surface joining can be done by using this explosion welding technique for large size object. Next, the object in which the so how the process works. So so first, the object which are to be welded, one of them is fixed on the ground, while the other will be forced on the target plate. So one will be fixed, another will be forced on the target plate. And by explosion, exploding with low velocity explosive material, high energy will be generated. So due to this high energy, that free plate, so above the free plate we place some light velocity, low velocity explosive. That explosive may hit the free plate, and that hit free plate will release its energy by impact force to the target plate. So due to that due to that expression, free plate will give impact force to the target plate. Due to that energy, due to that high energy impact force, the plastic deformation will take place where, at the contact of the two surfaces. So at the contact of the two surfaces, we can see a plastic deformation, and due to that plastic deformation, the two surface will result in permanent joining, and in permanent joining in a solid state. So this is also a solid state joining process by using the explosion energy. And the flyer plate is provided some distance with the target plate to gain the momentum. It is also sometimes some inclination is also provided, and provided such that the welding takes place gradually. So some stand-up distance is there in flyer plate or clad layer, and above that, see in this figure you can see that a clad layer is there. Above that clad layer, a explosion layer is there, and by from we start detonating the explosive from a side, and from that side, after detonation, the welding or permanent join can be done. So this is the process of explosion welding. By this welding, joining of similar and dissimilar material such as aluminium or aluminium to titanium or steel, aluminum to titanium joining, steel to titanium joining can be done. So joining of this the joining of uh, object to increase corrosion resistance in solid state can be done by explosion welding. So by the discussion of this whole solid state process, one thing I guess you can see that the maximum solid state welding are mainly surface welding, or that is the process of surface cladding. Cladding means giving a coating over the base plate. So, but here is a catch, that is coating is done without melting. That means if you can color, if you can paint a surface, that is your coating of the paint. That paint coating can very easily withdrawn, but if there is melting occurred, if there is a melting occurred, then the bonding will be done in molecular level. So what will happen? The, the joining strength will be very large, and it is very hard to remove the material very easily, or it is very hard to disassemble the material very easily. In case of welding, the joining is permanent, and it is impossible to break. So that is the main advantage of solid state surface joining process. Now we will see about diffusion welding. So in diffusion welding, two objects which are to be welded will be in intimate contact by applying external pressure and heat simultaneously with respect to time. This heat obviously will be very low amount of heat. That heat will be half or one third of the melting temperature, or melting or the heat required for the melting. So very small amount of heat but high pressure is given to keep the material, keep the two plate in a intimate contact. And this is a dependent deformation process that is known as creep deformation. So creep deformation is a time dependent deformation process, or it is continuous time dependent slow deformation process. And due to that creep deformation, what will occur, the joining will occur by and this process is known as diffusion welding. So in that diffusion welding, to minimize the oxygen formation, the process is carried out in a vacuum or in a inert gas atmosphere. It is a very slow process. Accuracy of this process and the strength of the joint is very high. So and this process is used for joining similar or dissimilar material like aluminum to ceramics, joining of armature binding, fabrication of composite and laminates, and in the are the major application process of this diffusion welding. So diffusion welding is very easy to achieve, but it is very slow process, and it is very highly used for joining of similar and dissimilar material like aluminum to ceramic, joining of armature binding, fabrication of composite material, laminates is the major application. See here, the base material is there. In base material there is some internal material can be used, and the pressure and heat can be given, and process by giving this pressure, we have to left it in a vacuum environment, so that the diffusion may occur. And by occurring the diffusion, what will gain by the diffusion, our our base by the diffusion, the material will be connected. This is the process of diffusion welding. Now we are coming to the heterogeneous welding process, that is solid state welding. So there is three type of the solid and liquid state welding or heterogeneous process. That is, first one is brazing, second one is soldering, and third one is brazed welding. For brazing is a high temperature process, while soldering is low temperature process. For brazing, the filler material, that means the material which will be supplied in the liquid or molten form, that filler material is an alloy of copper and zinc, or copper and silver, or copper and aluminum, and this alloy is known as platter or splatter. So this splatter is used in case of brazing, and the flux material for case of brazing is borax. Borax is the flux material for the brazing. So brazing means that molten splatter, that is the alloy of copper and zinc, copper and silver, and copper and aluminum. So this splatter is molten and poured into the joint where the joining should be done. And the base material will be in the solid state. Due to interaction with the molten filler material, some of the material on the base material joining surface will be melted, but in most of the cases there is no melting. Only due to that filler material, will be placed into the joint gap, and that material will solidify there. By solidification, that can hold the both the base material together. This is the process of brazing. So you can see brazing is the similar process with soldering, but the flux, that means the filler material flux uh, are different, and the temperature of the brazing operation is very high, so that is high temperature operation, while the soldering is a low temperature operation. So in case of brazing, the flux material which is used, that is called borax, and the filler material is splatter. This process, that means your brazing process is used for the fabrication of hydraulic circuit. To minimize leakage of liquid can be done by brazing. So to minimize the leakage of liquid can be done by brazing process. Next is soldering. Soldering, you can see soldering for in electronic circuit, for joining of electrical and electronic circuits and fabrication of PCB. This soldering can be done. So it is well known to you that in this soldering, the filler material is the alloy of lead and tin, that is known as solder. So that solder material is melted, and here the in some case a flux material is used. That flux materials are zinc chloride and aluminum chloride. So zinc chloride and aluminum chloride may be used, and this process is this in this process, how the process is work, that solder is melted by application of heat, and that is poured into the place where we need the joint, and that material, uh, the base material will be in solid state, and by pouring that material and leaving it for solidification, we can have solid joint in between two material to be joined. So this is the process of soldering. After soldering, we have to know about braze welding. So what is braze welding? In braze welding, the filler material is an alloy of copper and tin, that means bronze, and the strength of joint is more. Joining of cutting tool tip made of tungsten carbide is done by this process. So braze welding is more precision welding than brazing. It is come in between, as per temperature, this braze welding come in between soldering and brazing. Brazing is a high temperature operation, may be used for large work. Soldering is a low temperature operation, and that is used for miniature work in electronics and electrical circuits. And braze welding is the medium range temperature will be there, and that braze welding can be used for soldering the titanium tip to the cutting tool, or for joining the titanium tip to the cutting tool. This is the application of the braze welding, and in this slide we have discussed already about soldering and brazing also. Now we will be discussing about the welding defects. Welding defects are done mainly due to lack of operator skill, due to high or low voltage in the arc, due to your improper alignment, due to improper edge formation. There is many reasons, but the result is we will have some bad quality of weld. What do you mean by bad quality? Some of problems, that means the welding shape will not be there, and the strength will not be available there. What are the common defects? The common defect first is gas porosity. So gas porosity is whenever the atmospheric gas is entrapped into a weld bead, or inside the liquid metal during solidification, then gas porosity will form. So during solidification, if inside the liquid metal gas will is entrapped, what will happen? At that portion a void will be there, and due to that void the strength of the welding will be very less. First one. Second is slag inclusion. Slag inclusion is the process. Slag inclusion is due to improper positioning of the welding torch. So the slag, that means the flux material, that make the slag, that slag maybe go inside the weld pool or inside the molten metal and get solidified. That process that it would also cause the cause the that would also cause the um, that would also cause uh, that reduction in strength of the welding. So that is slag inclusion. Next is weld spatter. Due to splashing of the liquid metal at the on the base material, rough surface may be produced, and that is known as spatter. Lack of fusion or penetration due to lack of heat input. If there is if the filler material cannot penetrated on up to the base material properly, so that would from lack of penetration and lack of fusion, that would cause the low strength of the weld joint, and there is weld crack due to non uniform cooling or non uniform non due to non uniform cooling in the welding zone, that non-uniform internal stress will be developed and in the weld bed, and this will result in that non-uniform stress will result in crack generation, and that is known as weld crack. In this figure you can see that what are the different welding defects. See, the ideal weld has been seen in the first figure. In the second figure you can see some crack is there. In the third figure, the porosity, this porosity is maybe gas porosity. In the fourth, that is undercut. Undercut is due to non-uniform arc gap. And next is slag inclusion. Next is spatter, incomplete fusion, incomplete penetration, and overlap. These are the common welding defects that we can see. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy this lecture and you understand this. If you have any problem, you may ask in the live class session. Thank you. Have a good day.